Greetings, Dabblings, and welcome back at long last to the Sanguine Dirge, who are currently resting at Noble's Rest. In fact, actually, they're not resting. They're buzzing around, very, very busy with many, many jobs. However, there are a bunch... Okay, they're not Nobles either. Okay, so there's a bunch of Raiders resting at Noble's Rest. Their rest will probably be very short once Dark Aavak decides that it is time to make some more delicious, delicious, delicious human noms. Now, let's have a quick look. We've got bulk long pork meals. Yes, we're going to need to get those set up. And indeed, we're just generally going to need to expand out the kitchen as a whole. We've got a couple of jobs there to be done. In fact, that is pretty much what's going to be defining the next couple of days, honestly, here at Noble's Rest. We've got a lot of work to do, provided that Randy Random lets us do it, but let us know. Winterblade, Dark Aavak, and Evil Friend have all come down with malaria. Well, that's not the best. Okay, so a lot of the work isn't going to get done. Oh, my lord, really? How did you get malaria? All right, well, I guess we're going to need you to go to bed then for a bit. Dark Aavak being one of our chief medics, though thankfully Lady WolfHeart is actually quite a capable medic as far as things go. Evil Friend, you're also gonna have to go to bed. Sorry, mate, you're gonna have to stay there. And Winterblade, I do believe, was it Winterblade who came down as well, or was it Ugrak? I think it was Winterblade, yes, unfortunately. All right then, Winterblade, let's get you a bed. Now, hopefully, Lady WolfHeart is going to be able to take care of everyone pretty swiftly. You're going to need to give everyone a good bit of treatment there. Now, Dark Aavak will keep getting up. If no one else is available to tend, they will. All right, now, Lady WolfHeart, could you please prioritize tending Dark Aavak? Once that's done, Dark Aavak will possibly get up and tend others, but it'll all come down to whether there is time or not. Now, additionally, I would say probably it's going to be Lady WolfHeart who's going to need to go and talk with Nelson to see if we want to trade anything, but we probably don't right now. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Lady WolfHeart's got a lot of things that she needs to do. There are a lot of buildings that need to be rebuilt, and while we're having a look at that, let's have a gander. These ones, I believe, can easily be reached. I think most people are allowed down in this zone. Let's just have a quick look at the zone. So the home zone, that actually needs to be expanded somewhat. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We've got the ranch. The ranch should be okay for now. In fact, let me just expand the home zone out just a little bit more. Just to address the problems before they become problems. There we go. That'll do fine. Right, so the ranch, as is the case, it's just the ranch. Now, they are able to eat from these fields before they're harvested, which means they do have food available. It is always better if the hay grass gets to grow fully. And to that end, I am thinking of dedicating some other areas. Oh, look, I'd already done. Well done, Past Me. Past Me was very, had great sense of forethought and decided to increase our production of hay grass. Thank you. Now I don't need to worry about it. However, freezer-wise, that zone is somewhat okay, but we are going to need to expand it a little bit further, I feel. And indeed, I'd actually like it to be expanded completely out in that direction. Next up, we've got hauling. Now, as for hauling is what we allow our donkeys to use, and generally our beasts of burden. Macabre is pretty much our wargs can go wherever they want in the colony. This is more of an emergency zone. Squeamish is for everyone who's just hanging out in the colony who doesn't like the sight of humanoid bodies. I guess Macabre isn't strictly for the wargs. It's pretty much for anyone who can stomach the sight of people that are about to be turned into food, whereas Squeamish is not for that. And outdoors is everything else. However, outdoors needs to be restricted a bit. Let me go ahead and carve out a little bit more. We don't want peeps heading down here from the outdoor zones. please and indeed thank you. That definitely should not be happening. But other than that, pretty much everything else is okay, though. Let's just double check on hauling again. Do I want our hauling animals, which pretty much right now is Mueller. I think Comrade Donkey can also help out, but I don't know on that one. Let's go ahead though and just carve the entirety of this area out. I don't want our beasts of burden hauling anything into the freezers. Generally speaking, Yoko and Siphon are allowed because they won't eat the regular meals. They eat cannibal meals. Actually, no. You know what? I don't even think they will. I don't even think they'll eat cannibal meals. They'll eat the body parts though, and any spare meat. No, I'm okay with that. I think. Right, Lady WolfHeart is generally speaking just tending to the peeps who need to be tended to. Dark Aavak, how are you doing in needs? You're fine for food. Evil friend, you probably need a bit of food in the near future, but other than that, Lady WolfHeart is now finished with tending. So let's have you go and speak with Nelson, shall we? Find out what Nelson has to trade. It has been a while, but still fresh in my memory are all the projects that we had. Namely, we're trying to expand out our living spaces. Okay, we've got a number of items that I could probably sell on just because they're in a bit of a poor state, so give me just a moment. Okay, not too much that we wanted to sell there, just a couple of low-quality pants, really, and I think there was one other... No, actually there wasn't. Oh, yes, there was. There was a cloth jacket that had dropped down to 68%. So we're getting rid of that one, but we will be purchasing all of the better meds that they have available, and that will help with the treatment of malaria in the next little while. Now, it's been a fair old bit of time, so I'm not actually sure how the colonists are doing in terms of their toxic buildup. Not too bad so far. Poor old Ica. Left eye bitten out. Left middle toe destroyed. Mind you, Bone Dragon isn't doing that much better. It's got a scar on the right eye. The right leg was completely destroyed as well. And then the left big toe lost to frostbite. I think we need to get a couple of peg legs down. Pepster's left arm completely gone. And poor old Ugrak, their left leg bitten off. So we need a prosthetic arm and 2 peg legs. My goodness. That being said, perhaps we could, in fact, install that right now. Let's have a quick look. Install a peg leg in the left leg. I think it would be well worth it right now. Go ahead then. Let's get that done sooner rather than later. As for Ica, can't do anything for the left eye, but we are going to need to install a leg for Bone Dragon there. The right leg for you. So let's get that one going. Right leg, there we go. And those will hopefully be done relatively soon. There's not a lot we can unfortunately do for Pepster. We can't replace an entire arm. We can give you a wooden hand or a wooden foot, but not a wooden entire arm. That doesn't really work quite the same, sadly. Alright, okay, well, hopefully Lady WolfHeart will get to that in time. Right now, just replacing the granite spike traps. And that is going to be a very important job, to be fair. We've got so many others that need to be done. Are you restricted at all right now? You're allowed to be outdoors. Yes, okay, well, that's all well and good then. We shouldn't be struggling too much. Now, let's have a quick look at Dark Aavak. How are you doing in regard to the malaria? Your immunity is up to 13, but the malaria is at 12. That's actually a little bit nasty. Sterile materials has been researched. Well done indeed. Now that is the main research that we need to get ahead with building a proper hospital, and that is definitely something that we want to look into. We've got a couple of other odds and sods that we were kind of humming and hawing about on whether we were going to look into. Honestly, getting some drug production might not be a bad choice. Do we have basic... Yeah, we've got simple animal prosthetics. Do we have basic prosthetics for peoples, though, is the question. Let's have a look. There we go. Basic prosthetics. Okay, so this would give us make cochlear implants, prosthetic heart, prosthetic arm, prosthetic leg. I think this is where we're going to be going next. We've got a lot of people who could do with an upgrade. Who could sincerely do with an upgrade. So let's go ahead with that. Now, some of them, if they don't particularly ever want to have... if for example, they have the purity trait. I forget its name. The opposite of transhumanist. Do we have anyone like that? We might not, actually. Okay, it doesn't look like we have anyone who cares about the body. Oh, body purist. There we are. Cares about the purity of their body. So we're not going to have to worry about them getting particularly upset if we give them any prosthetics. But if you did have something like that, you can give them a peg leg. They don't consider that to be kind of impacting the purity of their body. It's literally just a crutch that you get attached to you. Rather than a functioning new limb in a way. So that should be fine overall. There we are. You got a power claw and a peg leg. Just fantastic, truly. Right, have we got Ugrak? Is Ugrak down? Let's have a look at you. No, you haven't yet been set up. Wow, Lady WolfHeart is going to have an awful lot of job to do here, taking care of everyone. But you are eventually going to need a bit of a kip, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, immunity is now up to 19%. How are you doing, evil friend? You're at immunity 23, my lord. What was the tend quality on that? That was 56. What about Dark Aavak? Tend quality was only 52%. I'm actually a little bit surprised that there's such a variance there. An immunity of 24. Wow. Okay, so Dark Aavak is actually trailing quite far behind here. Lady WolfHeart, I know, it sucks. Being woken up in the middle of the night to go and tend to people, but I really do need you to. It would be a million times easier if we had the hospital right there, but that will come with time. On the plus side, Dark Aavak can now have some better meds, so that will help. If we could get all of that cleaned, that would be fantastic. And Bone Dragon is up and about, and will actually be a little bit more up and about than they have been up to now. They can actually move a little bit better from now on. There we go. That is very nice tend quality. Well done indeed. I am very, very happy with that. That should help Dark Aavak out for a little while to come. Now, Winterblade is probably going to need tending in just a moment, maybe just after Lady WolfHeart is heading down. I think you're about to feed. No, you're actually going to tend to Winterblade. Well done, you. Well done indeed. That little stutter there always makes me a little bit concerned. Right, we've got 4 tattered apparels. Who is it? Lady WolfHeart, Ica, Ugrak, and Bone Dragon. Let's have a look at you. Now, I had to upgrade the mod here because the previous RPG inventory mod had had fallen by the wayside a little bit. So I had to switch over to a new fork of it, but it largely functions the same way. We need a better shirt. Really? Do we not have a decent shirt for you to put on? Oh. Well, yeah, about that. Okay, well, let's have a quick look in here. Well, we've got lots of human leather bits. We're making dusters. We've got to make some pants. We've apparently got a button-down shirt. Let's have a look at you. Can count equipped? No. Can count tainted? No. And it has to be 80 to 100% normal to legendary. So there should be a shirt he's... Oh. Maybe it's counting those. Let me just double check that. Details. Does it allow human leather? It might need to count only allowed ingredients. So it shouldn't count the human leather shirts then in this case. Where are the shirts? Oh, here we are. There's a cloth button-down shirt. I wonder why Ica is choosing not to equip it. Oh, well, Ica's got the duster, but Lady WolfHeart needs a better shirt. Let me have a look at their worker equipment. Let's have a quick gander down here then. So, button-down shirt is a yes. T-shirt is a yes. Yeah, okay. So they should be willing to equip that. Tell you what we could do though, just to make it a little bit more variant here. Let's go ahead and make a new build to make some T-shirts as well. So we'll pop in a T-shirt build there, and we'll pop it just above the patch leather. So the patch leather will only be done if there's really nothing else to do. And we are going to copy these details there and paste them across, and that should mean that we won't have to worry about human leather being used. Only allowed ingredients. Yeah, there we go, and it'll look pretty much everywhere. It's got all of the various settings that we need, so that should be done. Now, so many people told me that making patch leather, like each time you make patch leather, you make a lot of it. Now, I don't mind having a decent amount of patch leather. So getting up to 200 patch leather, this will actually only count the individual amounts of patch leather. Even if making patch leather, it would make a bulk of them, it will still only count the amount of patch leather that we have, regardless how much is made per crafting use. So I'm fine with having 200 patch leather, honestly. That will be useful for a number of items. Starvation, that's unlikely, or perhaps it isn't as unlikely, I guess. Where is Lady WolfHeart right now? Oh dear, confused bone dragon, why? Anesthetic. That is the first time I've seen any kind of mental break due to anesthetic. That is actually legitimately interesting. Right, malnutrition is actually going on. So if you could take care of them, Lady WolfHeart, that would be absolutely amazing. Well done, Siphon and Yoko, taking care of the lion's share of the work while everyone is running about, moving things about. Ugrak, have you had your leg tended to? No, not yet. I'll allow you to play horseshoes, but I don't really do actually need to operate on Ugrak. We need to get that leg taken care of, because I think Ugrak is just going to basically hang tight for now until they actually get their operation done. They're just going to be waiting on the operation, which is not quite what we want. Now, let's have a look at the animals. We've currently got Comrade Donkey. It's restricted to the ranch, but I feel that Comrade Donkey should actually, well, yeah, Comrade Donkey should be out there hauling. At this point, there's no real reason why they shouldn't be. So let's get you out there and out and about, hopefully getting a little bit of extra work done. Humphrey, despite easily being a large enough animal to take care of it, cannot in any way, shape or form haul. I don't understand why. It makes me a little sad. Starvation, that's... Ukrak is getting up. Okay, let's have a look. You were about to have your operation, but it seems that you're going to need to go and grab some food first. Okay, fair enough. Is anyone else hurting for it? Other than Ugrak? No. Okay. Hunter lacks a weapon. Well, for now, I guess I'm going to have to make sure you get one, but I'd actually like you to take care of the malaria first. Let's have a quick look at you, Winterblade. What are you best at? You're best at melee. What weapons do we have for a melee specialist? We've got some clubs, we've got some knives, we've got a chicken statue. I don't actually know if it is a chicken. It's a jade small sculpture, it's poor. The stone-faced mink. It's apparently a mink statue. On this carving is a depiction of a... Oh, it's apparently a warg... really? Must you be this confusing? Depiction of a warg crouching next to a fire while vomiting. Hundreds of twisted locust corpses surround the area. The work is executed in a Romanesque style. The whole image is depicted by a careful arrangement of dozens of onions. The portrayal relates to the warg's body becoming toxic. What kind of... You were either enjoying some pick-me-ups a little bit too much, or you were having some nightmares, because this is a twisted, absolutely twisted statue. I love it and hate it in equal measure. No wonder it's not a good statue. Poor. I'm not sure anyone would consider that good, regardless how expertly it was carved. My lord. Alright, Dark Aavak, how's the malaria coming along? Okay, immunity is starting to increase. Well, we're going to have a little while for with Lady WolfHeart occasionally getting a chance to go out there and work on a couple of the spikes, but generally not really doing much of that. At this point, I'm actually going to say that Bone Dragon is allowed in the outdoors area for whatever work they might have. You're already on outdoors. Winterblade, you're on outdoors as well. Ugrak, you're on outdoors. Okay, yeah, pretty much everyone should be outdoors because no one has any build-up right now, so we should be okay for the time being. But I'm going to allow people to get some work done whilst Dark Aavak, Evil Friend, and Winterblade try and recover, and hopefully, when you return, it will be to some good news and not to a raid, but, you know, randy random. We know how things go. Well, it is the 11th of September, and just coming up to 6 p.m, and Randy has decided to be kind. We have got a psychic soothe that affects the male gender. Some distant engine of happiness is stirring. It is projecting a psychic drone onto the side through an orbital amplifier tuned to only affect males. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite a bit better. Well, that is actually really good timing, because we've been having kind of a ping-pong of messages between medium and major break thresholds being a concern. But I'm very, very happy to know that for a little bit it's going to be a tiny bit better. We actually do really badly need to clean this area up, to the point that I am sincerely thinking that both Winterblade, yeah, I'm actually going to say that both Winterblade and Ugrak, you're going to be our first high priority cleaners. We really do need to get the cleaning in this colony done. I don't mind, we've only got one research bench, so it's not like Winterblade is going to have an opportunity to do much researching very often, to be fair. So until we get more research benches, that's not going to be a considerable concern for us. So that will actually be something nice at the very least. In terms of the immunities, Dark Aavak is probably a fair bit behind the other two because he refuses to stay in bed, but has managed to get an immunity of 72%. Evil Friend has gotten up to 85%, and Winterblade is up to 87%. So Winterblade is doing the best of all of them, actually. Though it doesn't surprise me too much, because when Winterblade needs more treatment, Lady WolfHeart has very, very little distance to walk in order to take care of that. Lady WolfHeart is currently working on some of the walls back here as well, which is actually quite nice. We probably are going to expand this out. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to try and support the roof. I may get some extra walls, probably more along this direction, with some shelving along the back, just to make sure there's always room for certain types of items there. We still need to move everything back. We've got so many construction jobs to do that it is really going to be a matter of several days of work, sadly. But Ugrak is a reasonable cook as well, so as soon as we need more bulk meals made, or we have the materials for them, then that should be done. We've also plopped down a couple of new plant pots, which should be helping with some people's moods, just ever so slightly. In terms of the hay grass, we're doing all right up the top. I mean, they keep eating the hay grass before it's fully grown, which is a bit of a potch, but by and large, the colony is doing all right for food. The main thing right now is just having the manpower, the work hours to put into everything. We do need a little bit of tending, though. Honestly, with malaria only at 63% there, we're probably okay to wait until Lady WolfHeart wakes up, because they have been run ragged these last few days. Though I am very pleased to note that a good deal of work has been done to clean up the floors here. That is actually starting to look very, very nice indeed. Well done, everyone. We've got a little bit left to do down here. Oh, Winterblade's actually doing a little bit of mining, really. That's actually quite impressive. That means there must be no cleaning that Winterblade can do. Very impressive indeed. Oh, no. Winterblade does have a preference for mining, so they are willing to do that. But now, oh, you know what, just going to nap there, are you? I don't... Oh, you developed immunity. I'm sorry, Winterblade, but could you wake up and go to bed? I know, annoying. It is, truly. But you really do need to be on the move. Right, there we go. Let's make this one for Evil Friend specifically. There you go. And Dark Aavak is probably not far behind now. Let's have a quick look. Up to 89%, though that malaria was actually, or rather is actually getting reasonably close to Dark Aavak's immunity, so that could have turned nasty, to be fair. That could have turned nasty. Right, now I need to have a look. Can we get this place sorted out? What have we got there? We're building a spike trap there. Well, okay, we'll pop that. Well, actually, no, our workers should be able to take care of that. It's just a matter now of making sure that people are set to the correct zones. Now, on that note, let's have a quick swing through, see how people are doing in terms of their toxic buildup. Initial on Bone Dragon. Bone Dragon is the only one with any toxic buildup. That's actually kind of impressive. Though it does mean that Bone Dragon's mood is going to be slightly reduced because they're sick. They feel rough. The effects of toxic buildup can't really be understated. It's very easy to think, oh well, at initial there's no long-term side effects, so it's safe. It really isn't, because it is always a problem for mood. Always going to be a problem for mood. But we are doing reasonably well with getting all of these spike traps built, which is a huge help. The stone ones take an age to make, but they're relatively cheap compared to the steel ones. And they do hit pretty hard, you know. A spike trap made of stone is going to come down on someone's head with significant force. Right, major break risk. Ooh, what's up here? Minor pain, darkness, unsightly environment, slept in the cold, chilly, ratty apparel. Okay, well, that's a long list of things that we need to fix, I suppose. Hopefully Evil Friend will actually be able to take care of some of this. What's Evil Friend doing right now? Cutting some stone blocks. I'd actually prefer it if instead of that you focus... Oh, do we not have any materials? Oh, there is a t-shirt apparently now. Let's have a look. Where's this t-shirt that is apparently available? Okay, that one just needs to be destroyed. But we do apparently have some t-shirts. Yes, there we are. So, Lady WolfHeart can go and equip herself when she has the time. But I'm starting to think that maybe they'll only do that during anything phases. That is possibly the case. Lady WolfHeart, it's a 19,000, so you're not going to have an anything phase for a while. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give Lady WolfHeart a break. There you go. And I'm going to draft you and undraft you, and you can just do what you want right now. Okay, you've decided to work. Well, I do... There I was, about to compliment your dedication, but in actual fact, all that achieved was now you're not going to work for ages, so I'm going to take back that almost praise. You don't deserve it, you scallywag. You worked yourself to the point that you've gone into a mental break. That hasn't helped us at all. That's actually made things worse. Oh well. But there are clothing there, and as per usual, I really don't like forcing them to wear things. I like them having the option and the correct setup so that they will wear the right things, but otherwise leaving it to them to decide when to wear it. I don't like having to micromanage it, and really I'm just making myself more miserable because I know they don't do a good job of prioritizing these things, so it's just a case of waiting for them to do it. But oh well, we'll hopefully see that taken care of. Ooh. I may have to have Dark Aavak take Lady WolfHeart to her bed. Look, it's for your own good. Can we go and arrest Lady WolfHeart? There's a 98% chance. Let's do it. I am sorry for this, Lady WolfHeart. Truly I am. But let's get you a bed. Alright? You are no good to anyone right now. Right, there we go. You're in the cell. If I now stop... Well, let me... I don't actually want you to be in prison. No, too late. I was hoping that I'd be able to get you in prison. Or rather, into the room before I undid that. But we are going to release Lady WolfHeart straight away. Go ahead and release. Please and thank you. If you could... No, don't strip her. That's the exact opposite of what I want you to do. Thank you very much, Winterblade. And then this can be set back to Lady WolfHeart's room. There we are. Okay, Lady WolfHeart is now going to be in a worse mood than she was before, which is understandable. Was imprisoned, -10. But, you know, just take some time. You didn't even get the catharsis, sadly, but it was more important to get you into somewhere warm than not. Though that being said, it is, well, yeah, it's -50. Sorry, it's 15 degrees. This should be warm enough. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, -2 to 48. Why is it so bad? will you please just drop that Hyperweave t-shirt? I'm going to tell you to drop it, and hopefully you're going to go and grab a better t-shirt at this point. Or not. You're just going to wander around partly naked. Well, all right. I'm breaking. Look. No. Okay, this is dumb. Go put on a button shirt. My goodness. My goodness, Lady WolfHeart, really? Let's have a look at you now. Well, still -2, sadly, but perhaps we could get you to put on a parka? I think maybe we need some cold weather gear. It's quite chilly right now, and the duster, while it's nice and all that, it isn't the best for dealing with the cold. Insulation cold of 9.6, whereas any of these parkas is going to be staggeringly higher. Insulation cold 39.6. So yeah, really, Lady WolfHeart, you should be putting that on. But I am going to go ahead, clear the forest. All right, it is time for us to make another outfit. I would actually kind of like to base it on one of the others, but I guess we're not going to have it that easy. So we're going to have Cold Worker. There we go. All right, no tainted apparel, obviously. We want no tribal wear. I'm okay with pants, t-shirt, parka. I don't really think it matters too much whether it's a button-down shirt or a t-shirt, really. All I want is to make sure that we don't put anything on that would take the spot of the parka, which is a layer outer. So these are fine. That is fine. This is probably not, but honestly, if you had an Eltex robe, I don't even know if that would be better or not, realistically speaking. Noble gear, I'm going to say yes to this, except for the cape. We don't want capes. Prestige robe, no. Once again, the headgear doesn't matter to me. You shouldn't be wearing armor. Not for a worker outfit. Let me actually check on worker. Do I have anything particular disabled? I don't allow any noble apparel. That's a bit of an interesting one. I am actually going to allow noble apparel simply because I would like it if they, well, I suppose I could make a separate equipment slot for nobility, or and for that matter, anyone with particular psionics in mind. So maybe that one isn't such a bad choice. The psychic tinfoil helmet, that should really be for specific times when there's some sort of psychic drone or something going on. But everything in there seems reasonable. All right, let's go back to the cold worker. So once again, we're going to turn all of that off. But only bowler hats, cowboy hats, toques, and I guess tribal headdress is allowed as well. As for armor, no armor. You don't need any of it. You don't need any of this. No, we absolutely don't need any of that. And no noble apparel for now either, I suppose. I'm terribly sorry. I was going to allow it, but, you know, it does make sense not to in the end. So with that, let's go ahead and get cold worker for Lady WolfHeart. Since you're not willing to take care of this yourself, and maybe Ica as well, actually. Ica's got a minus 14. Why is that? Is it perhaps because the duster itself? Or, no, it's the Mega Sloth wool pants. So you're fine. Is anyone else particularly low regarding the temperature they can deal with? No, it's just Lady WolfHeart. So if Lady WolfHeart could, please and thank you, go and pop on a parka or two, then that would actually be ideal. We'll eventually throw away that t-shirt, but maybe it was the pants more than anything. Moving duster, that's good. Maybe pop on a parka, there we are. And you should be good to go. Yeah, minus 32 at this point. You are well served by all of this. Technically speaking, do we have human leather parkas? We do. I guess we could actually go cold worker for everyone. Sure. Okay, let's pop cold worker on everyone. There you go. Everyone should go rush off, grab parkas where they can. There we are. And generally speaking, that should help a fair old bit. There we go. Now, ideally, the parkas... Oh, really? Poor mood because you're a bit sleepy? You're having a tantrum. Lady WolfHeart, really. Well, as long as you're beating up walls, I don't care too much, but please try not to break anything important. Really, are you actually just beating up walls? All you're doing is bloodying your fists at this stage, huh? I mean, you could have smashed that, which wouldn't have been so great. Right, a smuggler named Latch is crashing in a transport pod nearby. Latch is suffering from paralytic abasia and will be unable to walk. She'll recover naturally after many days. There is also a chance of a lucky, quick recovery. Paralytic abasia can also be cured by a special operation, which requires a large amount of Glitterworld medicine. She's willing to contribute once she has recovered, but will not leave voluntarily. If you don't want Latch, you can banish her, sell her into slavery, or leave her to die. However, the other colonists may find this disturbing. Really? So we've just straight up... You have no choice. Latch is yours. Well, it's going to last 39 days. We can't cure this. That would take way too long, but... okay, let's have a look at you then, Latch. You're incapable of artistic or plant work, but you've got a double passion for cooking. You're not a bad shot. You're a capable amateur. You're psychically sensitive and tough. You have no truly negative traits here, I would say. You're also not too bad with social. You've got a passion for medicing. You know what? Maybe it is against my my better judgment, but I think we might try and rescue Latch. It'll take some time. Oh, they've straight up been added into our colony, though. Ah, man. It's kind of rude. But alright. Alright then, Latch. I'm going to need to get you in one of the larger rooms. I could turn this common room into a bedroom, but no. Do we have a bed available? We don't have a bed available just yet. And it might take me a little bit of time to make one. So let's just install... No, not the human leather bed. No, not that human leather bed. Do we have any non-human... Oh, good. Okay, this one will do. For a moment there, I thought that perhaps Dark Aavak had been sneakily destroying all of the other bedrolls. So there was no choice but to have a human leather bedroll. Right, Dark Aavak, can we get that going right now? We need you to move quickly. Lady WolfHeart may end up smashing something important while I'm doing this. Oh no, she's done with that. Right, this one is going to be for Latch. Set owner Latch. There we go. And Dark Aavak, while you're up and about, could we please bring Latch in? My lord, not the grandest time to drop by, and also that's a long walk through this area. Siphon is already coming along to grab the dagger. Oh, that's actually quite cute. Siphon is probably wagging their tail happily, following along with Dark Aavak, trying to be useful, trying to have a reason to go for the walk, but really just wanted to go for the walk, really. Oh, that was actually quite heartwarming. There we are, Latch, you're inside, and I guess this is going to be where you're staying for now. Alright then, well I wasn't expecting to get another colonist. It never rings, but it pours. But we need to find out who Latch really is. And say hello to Soulwind. Though, let us just take a moment here. Meredith Abernathy. What a fantastic name you have, Meredith. But you shall be known about the colony as Soulwind. Thank you ever so much for your patron support, Soulwind, and welcome to the colony. There you go. Now, you're going to be... Smuggler is going to have a life of luxury for a while, and not that I think they're going to be aware of it so much. Well, actually, I suppose they're conscious. It's paralytic abasia isn't so much they're unconscious, I don't think. A condition that makes a person unable to walk by interfering with the motor cortex. Okay, yeah, so they just can't move. After enough time, patients recover naturally as the brain rewires itself, but the process is slow. There is also a chance of a lucky early recovery. The illness can be completely cured with a special procedure, but the procedure requires a large amount of Glitterworld medicine. Let's have a look at exactly how large of an amount. Pain stopper, no. Is there anything in it? Oh, there we are. Anti-abasia mechanite infusion. How much of it would we need? Is a 10 10? My lord. For something that you'll recover from on your own, I'm afraid you're going to just have to recover from it on your own. Even if we had 10 Glitterworld meds, we wouldn't be spending it on that. That is an impossibly large amount of Glitterworld meds. That's enough to completely patch up a lot of people from an awfully bad battle. So, yeah, gonna have to wait on that. Oh, prosthetics is finished. And, oh. Slightly impressive, but what? Oh, my barracks is just... It's just slightly impressive. How can I live in such squalor? Slightly. It is impressive. Let me just make this clear. It is actually, on the kind of scale of impressiveness, it's above not impressive. It is, in fact, impressive, but it's only slightly there. And that just is not good enough. Wow, Winterblade. You do realize we're in a survival scenario, right? Everywhere around you is just a toxic snowscape. And you're bitter because you've only got a slightly impressive barrack. I appreciate that it's not a bedroom. You're having to share it with Ugrak. But, you know, you do manage to bond, I would have hoped. Anyway, let's actually check on that. Are you actually... No, you're not. Oh. Well, that's an interesting scenario. I kind of figured that, you know, having shared a prison cell for a while, the bonds of brotherhood would have formed there. Maybe, perhaps not brotherhood, but certainly, you know, sharing the same ill fate. But no, that is not what happened. They don't like each other. Okay, I'll bear this in mind. I promise to. But for now, you're just gonna have to wander around, being a bit emo. I don't even, really only in Rimworld. But we have finished research on prosthetics, and that is a big help for us. Now, with that in mind, I could look at maybe making some things that might be able to help out a little bit with people's low moods. And that is becoming increasingly important. I kind of feel that we might actually need to get that going. There are alternatives. Psychoid brewing. To get some psychite tea. There's also biofuel wind generator. I think for us right now the next step really is going to be psychite tea. Yeah, we need to be able to relax people with a blissful moment of the best beverage in the game. We can't wait. I mean, some might argue that hot chocolate is the best beverage. They are wrong, but you know what? It's at least not like heresy levels of wrong. They're just incorrect. It's like giving the wrong answer to a math question. Perhaps you've got the right workings out. It's just you got the wrong answer at the end. It's okay. It's acceptable. You get some points because at least you're not saying that coffee is the best thing. But hot chocolate isn't the best drink, but we'll tolerate those who think it is. Not that you can actually make hot chocolate, but one would assume that if you can make chocolate, you can, through fairly simple means, make hot chocolate. But then again, this is Rimworld, and they haven't discovered fuses. So what am I saying? They probably don't even know that they can drink chocolate if it gets hot enough. Poor fools. But nevertheless, we will try and work on some psychite tea soon. In fact, let's have a quick gander down here. We do have hydroponics, and I think this would be one of the better uses of it initially. Let's have a look at you. Where's the sun lamp? There, it goes all the way up there. So we could happily set up some hydroponics basins there. Alright, I think this will work. We could have a row of hydroponics basins, make use of that little bit of growth there. We'll make use of just the natural tiles around here. We're probably not going to have a hydroponics basin down here. Well, actually, I guess we could have one there, I suppose. Same down here. We'll have 2 there, and then a couple across here. And I think that's going to be the best use of this space for us. So, okay. Let's go ahead and start with 1. We'll begin processing the psychite. Yeah, let's get one of those down. It's a rather expensive process, and it is power hungry as well, but ultimately it's going to be well worth it for us. So hopefully people can get that on the go reasonably fast. Oh, fantastic. Dark Aavak's doing a little bit of work up here. I like it. Let's continue filling in these walls. Bloody sappers getting all the way down. Now, Dark Aavak's one of the few who can happily go all the way up there and take care of it, but we'll see how it goes. Siphon, well done on hauling in some more food. Okay, so we've got some visitors. A group from the Studos Alliance are heading by. They've got a few items to trade. That'll be nice. Evil friend, what are we working on presently? Can we... No, there's no more patch leather to be made, and apparently everyone has got the parkas that they need. Soulwind, not quite though. That being said, Soulwind isn't actually... Well, Soulwind isn't going to be able to take care of themselves, really. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. Is it possible that someone could... well, you're cheering them up. Can I... I don't believe it's possible to force someone to wear clothes, which is an issue. I really do wish that were possible, because you can force administer stimulants and medicines, all sorts of things like that. If someone is out for the count and can't get up and get it themselves, you can feed them, etc., etc. But sadly, you can't get them to wear clothing, and that really is actually a bit of a potch. It would be so much easier for us if we could. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. Though, actually, Lady WolfHeart, if you could go and have a quick chat with Nelson, that would be fantastic. Nelson, what have you got to trade? Okay, here we go. We're going to get rid of a couple of items. We're getting rid of that Jade Small sculpture. That is a cursed sculpture. We're also going to be getting rid of the Chinchilla Fur Lady's hat as well. I don't think we really need that one. As well as some... Well, actually, we'll get rid of both of those flak pants. They're in a pretty poor state at this stage. But that is going to mean that we're going to end up with 89 silver, as well as 3 medicine and 24 Psych IT. Having only just been chatting about Psych IT. Oh, really? Did you have to put it there? I swear, if Lady... No. I was so worried that Lady WolfHeart was going to get brained by that trap there, but no, thankfully, not the case. Could you... Oh, Ugrak is already taking care of that one. Well, could you bring this along then, once you've popped down the steel there? That would be fantastic. Let's get all of... Oh, right, Ugrak wasn't actually hauling it. Ugrak was simply taking some. I can appreciate that. You got to take care of things in a certain priority. Now, Evil Friend, how's your health doing? It's only initial, so it's okay right now. Bone Dragon? Alright, well, we're hauling items from quite far away up into the settlement, so I guess that's all right for now. Do we have much in the way of human leather right now? We do actually have quite a lot. We could look to start making more items, especially out of human leather in particular, just for the sake of sale. So, sure, let's go ahead and take the cowboy hat up to 5. In fact, let's make use of the human leather as much as we are able to. And then we can sell that on. It's not exactly what I would like, I'm going to be honest with you. We don't want to have a load of this just hanging around. But it will be a good sale item. And, you know, we're all about making the most out of the resources we have available. It's efficiency, really, and that's what the Dark Aavak is all about. We are efficiently using the resources that we have in our freezer. All of the resources, every single bit. I'm honestly just a little bit sad that we can't turn their bones into some sort of decorative sculpture and then sell that as well. Alas, we can live in hope that this is one day an available option for us, though. Let's get that expanded out as well. We're slowly filling this area up. It's going to take us some time. I may actually stop requesting that people go over there to do that, though, because there's a lot of other things that we could be working on instead. Ooh, what's up there? What are we going for? Okay, well, I've asked you to hold quite a large amount of items, I suppose. It's going to happen, I guess. Hunterlax weapon. Winterblade, that's a good point. Let's get you a spear once you wake up from that snooze. There you go. We're grabbing some toques. Nice. A couple more people popping on what they can to keep warm. I approve. Let's actually have a look at Lady... Well, actually, no, you put on the bowler hat. Well played. Let's have a look at your current temperature. Minus 33 up to 33. So minus 20 for Dark Aavak up to 36. Really? What is with people and putting on this bloody Hyperweave t-shirt? It is ultra shoddy. It's actually a little bit frustrating that you all want to wear that thing. How many of you have worn it at this point? I really don't know, but I disapprove. Wow, Winterblade. Minus 57. Muffalo wool parka and a muffalo wool button shirt. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, actually. That's legitimately pretty amazing. We've got an excellent sheep wool t-shirt here. Well, well, well. I imagine this was made by Evil Friend. Okay, let's have a look here. Insulation of 6.9, 1.2. That's not great, honestly. But it's a very, very valuable item. You know what? Sure, you can go ahead, And you can keep that on, Ugrak. I don't think it would be fair to force you to part with it. It is a pretty wonderful item there, to be certain. Now, people will be allowed to, based on our current assignment of the pick-me-up policy, they will be allowed to enjoy some Psychite tea. In fact, frequency every 2 days. They are using it on a schedule. When, let's see, no, actually, every 2 days they're allowed some. Just straight up. Should I say if mood or recreation is below a certain amount? No. No, I think, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it whenever you can. It's a small amount. That should actually keep their moods up quite high. Smoke leaf and beer, though, they're only allowed that if their mood is below a certain level. But with the Psychite tea, you can just go ahead and enjoy that once every 2 days. There we go. At that level, there should be no risk of the Psychite becoming addictive. Well, I'd say no risk. I think some people may well become addicted to it, but there's not too much we can do about that one. But let's go ahead and set up some psychoid plants there. Now that we've got this up and running, I think that would be quite a useful thing to work on. Now, unfortunately, as there are so many different jobs around the place, it is distracting our colonists, so I'm probably going to stop allowing them to go up here, or rather, I'm not going to give them many more jobs to do up there. Ugrak, what's wrong? Drowsy, darkness, sick, unsightly environment. My friend Darklight died. Well, okay, that is slightly upsetting. You go have a bit of a rest. Sleep it off. It's fine. Let's hope you don't dream of them, because that'll just make it worse. But let's also have a look at everyone's current health, specifically in terms of toxic buildup. Evil friend, toxic buildup is initial. That's manageable. Toxic buildup initial there. Toxic buildup initial over here as well. Let's have a look. Toxic buildup is actually 9.3. You know what? I'm going to have you restricted to the squeamish area for now. I do believe that Tilly is wanting to come into the office as well. The same for Bone Dragon as well. Let's go for the squeamish zone for the time being. And evil friend, you're fine. Your toxic buildup is actually quite manageable at the moment, so you're good to go for the time being. How is Solwind doing in general, though? Let's have a look at you. Moderate expectations, extremely comfortable, slightly impressive dining room. I guess this is technically your dining room. Yeah, you're going to be here for a little while. You're not going to be happy about your clothing by the end of this. That is actually going to be something that you're going to be very, very unhappy with, and I am already sorry about that, but there's very little we're going to be able to do about it for now. Dark Aavak, what are you going to be working on after you've dealt with your current needs? Recreation is almost completely filled. You're currently going for... you're meditating at a grave. Well, that's fair. Zut. A fault in an electrical conduit has caused a short circuit and dumped all the power in our batteries. Pooh. Let's have a look. Thankfully, that barely even noticed it. And that's why we keep it down to 2 batteries at a time. So that when we do get a zut, the explosion isn't even enough to fry the conduit in most cases. If you bury it into a wall, it does have a little bit of extra damage protection as well, which is actually quite nice. Let's check in on our animals. How are you all doing? Both Mueller and Comrade Donkey are pregnant. Well done. Let's have a look at you. What stage of pregnancy are you in? Does it say? Does it say anywhere? Late stage pregnancy for Mueller. And where is Comrade Donkey? I saw you around here. Middle stage for Comrade Donkey, so we may have some donkey foals in the very, very near future. But this has been a bit of a recap episode, just getting used to where things are, what's going on. We are finally getting these traps built up, and that is going to be a big help for us. We've got a decent amount of defenses just kind of sprinkled around the place, so I'm reasonably happy with that. We do need to do something about our setup over here, though. I need to stop enemies from taking cover over here because generally they're outside the range of our fighters. Either that or have some of our shooters armed with much longer range weapons, and that is an option. We've got at least one sniper weapon, I believe, or at the very least, we've got some assault rifles. So we may have some mixed arms and just keep the heavy SMG to a few peeps close quarters, so that it does cause a bit of mayhem for anyone approaching too close. The one thing I haven't checked on recently, initial toxic buildup, that's fine, and Siphon hasn't even got any toxic buildup. So overall, things are going relatively well here at Noble's Rest. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, though, and are looking forward to the next, where, fingers crossed, we're going to be able to get a lot more work done on the new housing. We definitely need it. In fact, we absolutely need it. We've got 3 people who currently have no bedroom to call their own, so we really do need to start focusing on this. I would like to get the heat pipe in before we start working on that, though. I won't worry too much. In fact, so that future me doesn't forget my plans, I will cancel that for now. We're not going to work on this section. I just want the heat pipe in, so that we're also drawing heat from the geotherm down here, just to help out a little bit more with getting everything, keeping these barracks, bedrooms, nice and roasty toasty. But that is going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, from myself, Dark Aavak, and of course from Yoko. Do take care, everyone.